This conference will now be recorded.
I'm Karthik. I have around 10 years of experience into integration. I started with SAP PIPO, started with PI 7.0, which is a dual stack system, and then moved on to a single stack system like in PO 7.31, 7.4. I have done migration projects. I have done upgrade projects where uh, we have more recently have moved from 7.4 to 7.5 also using an upgrade project. And I've been working in CPI also. CPI, I've been working since 4 years. I started around in 2016, and till now I'm in working in CPI. So this is my short introduction. So I just want to hear from you guys. John, you can go ahead with your introduction.
Hi, my name is John. I'm working right now with SAP CPI, and I begin with SAP in ABAP, and right now I'm learning SAP CPI, and I want to know more about HCP.
Okay, thank you, John. Sridhar, can you go next? Hello, Sridhar, can you hear me? You're on mute.
Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is Sridhar, and I've been in the middleware space for close to 20 years. Worked on XI, PI, PO, and working on 7.5 right now.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Sridhar. Chaudhary, can you go next?
Hey, Karthik, this is Chaudhary. Yeah, I've been doing middleware for almost 20 years. Worked on different middlewares and working on PI 7.5, PL 7.5 right now. Started with XI 3.0, worked all the way through.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear. Okay, welcome you all to this class. So, from your experience, it seems that like you have a very good middleware experience. So, only the thing you want to know from me is more from the CPI point of view or from the cloud platform point of view. Okay, let me begin and let me share my screen. And this will be a demo class for half an hour. Okay, and further classes will be more a deep dive on all these things. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. Hope you're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, sure, great. Okay, so this is your CPI screen. This is how it looks. Okay, so this has different screens here, different windows or tabs, you can say. One is a Discover tab, then it is a Design tab, and this is called as a Monitoring tab or Operations view, they say, and this is the Settings tenant settings tab. Okay, so this is basically how it looks when you procure a tenant and everything is done. So unlike PI system, CPI is a cloud oriented tool, you can say, and it works on a tenant base. So this system is running on SAP cloud, right? So SAP cloud, they have a data centers, different data centers. You can see here, this is EU10, what it says in the URL. This is our Europe Frankfurt data center. okay, whatever it is. So in different data centers, the tenants will be running in, and these tenants will be procured by us. And whenever what do you say, your company procures the license based on the location they are in. I understand that understand that Chaudhary and Sridhar are in US. So when you based on your region, you will be assigned a tenant which is nearer to your data center. Just consider I'm in India, so Europe is much nearer for me. So I will be procuring the license from Europe or something like that. So if my company is in US, and then I will be procuring the license from the nearest data centers of US. And US also has 2 to 3 data centers, like they're termed as like Sterling, Ashburn, and one more. I don't remember Bahad, but yes, there are a list of data centers. Based on this, you will be given the things. Okay, so to speak about how to come here, okay, this is what is your tenant or is a service. Okay, before that, what it will be there is you'll be having something called as your cloud platform account. Cloud platform account is something which has a lot of services. If you are very well versed with Amazon or something like that, Amazon is one account, and there are a lot of services in that, like Amazon Web Lambda function. There is AWS Gateway. Different sort of services are there, and one of the service in your SAP Cloud Platform is nothing but is your Cloud Platform integration. Okay, this is the SAP Cloud Platform trial screen or the thing. Okay, and SAP Cloud Platform has two major things, two major accounts, I can say. One is Cloud Foundry account. Okay, when you press enter your trial account, it goes to your Cloud Foundry account, and other one is your Neo account. Okay, you can by default everything is running on Cloud Foundry. If you want to go to Neo, then you must be able to navigate through here. Okay, so the question is like, what is Cloud Foundry or what is Neo? Okay, so these are two different accounts. Okay, Neo is more of a SAP specific. Okay, and the apps which are running in the Neo are more of a SAP specific, or they use a SAP oriented technology like UIFI and all those things, technology, whatever you might have heard of, all runs on Neo. But slowly, SAP is moving everything away from Neo, and they're bringing it to Cloud Foundry. Even CPI was on Neo before. Now they're shifting it to Cloud Foundry. Okay, so this SAP Cloud Platform has different services, I can say. Okay, now this is the thing, and if you click on services, this is under new account. Okay, you can see there are different services which are there. Okay, whatever you want, you can enable it and start working on that. Okay, so see, there is OData provisioning, there is API management, there is open connectors. You might have heard of open connectors a lot, like consider you want to connect to some email technology or something like that. Then what you will be doing is will be will be connecting to this open connectors through these open connectors. There will be already the what do you say prepackaged content type of things which will be available. You will be directly using that, and you'll be able to connect it. All this certificate part, your connecting to that email server, everything will be already pre-built in, and you'll be just using it. Okay, so these are the many things which are available here. Okay, so similarly, going back to this is our Cloud Foundry account. Okay, in Cloud Foundry account also, you want to see what are the services available, then you can go to subscriptions, and you can go and check what are the services available. Okay, currently this process integration is our service, which is the uh, as you might know, or you might have an idea, like CPI has two things, right? Like CPI PI and CPI DS. CPI PI is nothing but our good old process integration thing, which is similar to our XI or PI, which I've been using. And CPI DS is nothing but which is similar to BODS, which is Business Object Data Services. Okay, so this cloud platform cloud platform integration data services account is also there. Okay, which deals with your ETL technologies, you're connecting to your BI space or something like that. So PI is more of a middleware which we use for our interaction with third parties. So this process integration is one of the services which is there, and there are many other services based on that. You might have heard of Portal also. Okay, so one of my previous client used to use SAP Cloud Platform Portal to host all their services, like sorry, all their systems. Like you have your ECC systems, you have your TM systems, you have your GTS systems. Everything will be hosted in this portal system. So yeah, this is what I can say is with your cloud platform account. This is how it looks, and this all will be your services. Okay, so I have enabled this thing, and I have kept it open. Once you click on go to application here, it opens up a your cloud foundry process integration the screen. Okay, as I told you, these are the different screen, just giving an overview of it. Like once you go to discover, you will all find the pre-packaged content. Unlike PI, or in PI also we had this concept of pre-packaged content, or the standard content, what do you say, like if you want to do some SRM integration or something like that, what you can see is you'll have this pre-packaged content available, right? So there will be content which is there, like the mapping and all will be there, like SRM system proxy details will be there, and even ECC system proxy details will be there, and you'll just enable that, and the mapping will be there, and everything will start working. Right, it is very minimal thing you're supposed to do, and there will be no what do you say, you'll not be doing much of a mapping or something like that. So this is there. So similarly here we have something called as in prepackaged content in CPI, which is very useful. Okay, if the client needs to meet the standards of SAP, then it is very useful, and it saves a lot of time. Okay, so there are many things which are available. You can see it is 240 prepackaged contents are available. Just consider I feel that everybody is well versed with C4C or success factors, right? Success factor is something which is which we can call as HCM on cloud, right? Okay, so when you have a HCM system on cloud, and many of the clients, what they do is they will keep all the data onto the cloud, except for the very confidential informations like salary details or something like that. Now the world is changing. They don't want to maintain an on-premise system. Everything should be maintained on cloud. What they'll do is, take an example, where the thing I worked was like one of the client, they didn't want it to keep salary information, or like the PAN details, or in US like the social security number details and all, in a cloud, in SuccessFactors cloud. They were worried about the because again, SuccessFactors cloud runs on a SAP's data center, right? So they don't want to trust it, or whenever they're transferring it, like the data which is in cloud, it is more prone to, what do you say, like the hack, like it can be hacked, or it is open to the world, right? It is secure, but still people, there's still clients who think more of security point of view, they think like that. So what had happened is they are like, okay, we will not move everything. Okay, we'll use success factors as our master, and our what do you say, our EC system or HCM system, HCM part, which is there on ECC, will be used as a will be used as slave. So what they do is you need to replicate the data between your success factors to your ECC HCM part, right? Because your finance will be running, your payroll or finance will be running in ECC system, right? Whenever you run the payroll, then you need the details of that, right? At least the bank account and all these things. So bank account, social security number, everything it should be needed. So for that, they would have kept that things in HCM system, but you need to replicate the data between your success factors and your HCM system. So for that, there is already a pre-packaged content which is available, right? So which is there, and whenever you create a cost center in success factors, that needs to be replicated in your ECC systems, right? Because you onboard an employee, you assign him or her to a particular cost center. So right, that cost center will be, what I say, will be needs to be created in your HCM system, because you don't want to create that cost center in ECC, then bring it here, then assign it. You want to have the flexibility of creating a cost center or assigning a cost center to a particular employee right away, right? So what you'll do is you'll be putting that assigning that cost center to that employee directly, right? So for that thing, the prepackaged content. This is a business scenario what I told you. For this, the prepackaged content is already available, right? So if client doesn't want to do any modification or something, then he can directly use this prepackaged content in from CPI and directly start using it. Okay, so if you want to see that, let's type in success factors. Let's search. Okay, you can see here success factors. There are so many things. Whatever I was speaking about, let me pull that thing. Okay, success factors employee central to ERP employee data. Okay, this is the RP package content which is there. Okay, so this is what is there, and these are the documents which are there. Okay. One more thing is one good thing about CPI, what I feel is they give the documentation, and documentation is really good. Okay, there's something called as integration guide. If you go there and start viewing the integration guide, then you'll have everything, how to configure each and everything will be provided to you, right? So obviously you need to have the knowledge of CPI to understand it, but um, it's more you reader friendly, or more user friendly, I can say. The help document or whatever the guide which has been given. Okay, so you can go to overview and check what it does and what exactly this is being doing. Okay, and one more thing is, there are two things, okay? And when you're coming to a prepackaged content, right? There are two things. One is called as configurable, and another is editable, right? So when it says configurable, you can see here you're only allowed to configure the content as described in the guide. If you make modifications not described in this guide, SAP will not provide the support for modified this content, right? So the things are there. When it is configurable, you're allowed only to configure the things, and there are something which is editable iflows. Um, these are called as iflows, like who are into, most of you are into a PO space, right? Like process orchestration space, where there is a concept of iflows, right? There's no old technique of integration, like receiver determination, interface determination. All those things are gone. Okay, you'll be creating an iflow in NWDS. Um, you're deploying it, and that once you deploy the iflow, you'll be the ICO will be created in the backend, right? Integrated configuration object. So all these things here also are called as I-flows, okay? But the architecture is completely different. So in the further classes, we'll deep dive into architecture of the CPI, how it does, what actually create, how it works in the back end, everything. But that's what as a high view, as a bird level view, it is called as an I-flow, integration flow, right? So these I-flows are either modifiable or editable, let's say, or they're like configurable. You can only configure them and use it to according to your need. Once I say configurable means you're allowed only to enter your say your details, like what is your ECC details, what is your success factors, tenant details, everything. Only that much you can do it, but not the other things, right? So that is the thing. You can see here, this is written. So based on the content SAP has released, some are configurable, some are editable. Right? Okay. When it is editable, it's okay. You can edit it based on your need, but obviously you'll not get the support of SAP once. It's obvious, right? You're changing according to your need, and you can't ask the SAP to support it, right? If you do some changes, it may break something, right? It may change the functionality itself. So once the functionality is changed, obviously SAP will not come and support you, like, okay, let's provide some consulting business to them or something like that. Obviously they will provide the consulting part, but it'll be chargeable. It will not be a part of your license. Okay, so this is what I can say. You can see when it is created. It was first created in 2016, very long back. Okay, when the 2014 or something, I can say the CPI had released this one last quarter of 2014, and it slowly picked up, and everything came in for 2015, 16, and all it started. Okay, so but one more good thing about these prepackaged content is, like, you don't have content only with the SAP related stuff, like non-SAP related stuff also. Like you can see here, third-party payroll vendor, NGA-HR. NGA-HR is something which is a good company which is into human resource part. Okay, and what SAP has done good is, like, partner collaboration program is there. So what is there is, like, you come and build something. Okay, uh, like anybody's companies, like Sridhar's company or Chowdhury's company or John's company, you did something which is reusable to everybody. Then what you can do is you can build that integration flow, the complete thing, and you can go and publish into this space. You can see here, this is the vendor is NGA Human Resource. They have built it. They thought that, okay, NGA's payroll system is being used by a lot of customers. So we have already built the integration. So let's come and publish here. Okay, and they can you make use of it, right? Other customers can make use of it. Consider I, as a company, like Karthik's company, has something which is integrated with NGA's payroll system. Okay, so I want to run payroll. I don't have payroll running on my ECC or success factor system. I'm using NGA as third party. What I'll do is I'll come here. I'll come here and I'll see that, okay, this is very good. This is what it suits my profile or suits my integration. Then I will come here and I'll just copy it and start using it, right? So for this thing, these prepackaged contents are very useful. Okay, so you can find lot of contents. Okay, ADP tax strip credits, different things. Kronos is very big thing, which is time tracking tool, I guess. So these people, like, SAP has published it because some things are there. You feel that, like SAP has also payroll systems, so right? So they don't want to publish, they don't want to collaborate with the third party and publish it, right? Publish the integration content. They will ask, okay, you are okay to publish it, then you can go ahead and publish it. I don't need all these things, right? But consider there is something where there is no competition, like SAP has no competition at all. What they'll do is they will go ahead and build the integration with that third party, and then they will publish it. Okay, so similarly, like there are so many things that are related to C4C also. C4C is, you can vaguely call it as CRM on cloud or something. Okay, so it's called cloud for customers. So all these like contents are available by SAP. Okay, so this is pretty much a brief of it. Okay, so whenever you copy those things, they come and sit in your design tab. This is your design tab. Okay, and if you want to create something, then which is your custom, something is custom, then you can go ahead and create it here. Okay, so I don't want to create anything now because it will take much more time and creating the things and explaining each and everything. So we'll be taking that in further classes. It's just introduction things. Okay, and this is our operation view. Operation view is something similar to your PIMON tab or something which you'll be having. Okay, you'll be able to see the messages, how many are processed, or what are the processed past hour. Okay, what are the failed messages, what are completed messages, how many are in a retry mode or something like that. And this is the integration content, how many iflows are there, what are their are they started, are there an error, all those things. This is your security part. Here you'll be having your credentials, your certificates, all those things. Data stores or something like you want to store the data and use it further in your iflows, then you'll be creating a data stores, variables, message logs or something similar to your log items which you used to have in PI, but this is more of a message log. Okay, so something has happened to the message and you have kept it in log or something like that. That is there here. Okay, you can do a connectivity test considering like you have SFTP system, okay, SFTP server or something, and you want to do a connectivity test. You can do it here. And instead of creating a whole channel or a whole iflow, everything at once, you can just do the connectivity test here and check it if you are able to connect from this CPI tenant to your SFTP server, and then only you'll be going ahead with it. Okay, and the last thing is your tenant settings tab. Okay, this is your product profile which is there. ES repository, I'm not sure if you know this or no. You can directly connect to your PI system here. Okay, from PI 7.4, I guess. From PI 7.4 onwards, you can directly connect to your CPI tenant and you can pull the data from your PI what do you say, PI system. Okay, and this is the product profile. So and the one more thing is what will be the training topics for our this one or this course. Okay, I will be beginning with the SAP Cloud Platform Integration introduction, what it is and all those things, how it all started, what all things you have. Okay, and then I'll be moving into the architecture, deep dive into architecture, how it is like understanding the architecture is very, very important because I know all of you are from PI background, so the architecture is completely different. PI was running on a Java, this runs on Apache Camel, how it is managed, what is how these tenants are managed, how it is connected to data centers and all those things. I'll be there. And SAP Cloud Connector. Cloud Connector is one of the very important tool, which is you to connect your ECC systems, right? Or on-premise systems, I can say. Any on-premise systems you want to connect. I just showed you that there is a PI connectivity part, right? So that PI connectivity part will be will need a cloud connector to connect in the background. Then introduction to web UI. Okay, whatever you can do, whatever I showed you now was a web UI. Okay, before there was Eclipse also. Okay, we used to use Eclipse also to do the development, but now like SAP is motivating us not to use Eclipse, and we'll be using only web UI, right? And web UI has all the facilities or all the features which Eclipse has now. Okay, so and how to configure iFlows. Okay, what are the things to be configuring and all those things I'll be taking their deep dive. And different palettes in CPI, right? Palettes in CPI is like CPI is completely different. You don't have similar sort of functions which you had in PI. There's so many different things like content modifier, content enricher, you have security materials, you have JSON to XML converter, all these things are there. We will be going deep dive into each one of them and how to use it and all. Okay, and then building a custom iFlow. You'll be building your own iFlow starting from scratch. Okay, you'll be using different sort of adapters and building it. You'll be using mappings, you'll be using content modifiers, all those things, and you'll be building a custom iFlow end to end. And we will do a monitoring of that custom iFlow and the message processing, how it is working, if it's not working, why it is not working, what is the problem, deep dive into that. And we'll build a custom iFlow using OData and SOAP adapters. This will give you a complete overview of all the functions we'll be using. And we'll also use a custom iFlow with SFTP adapters, because these are the very common scenarios: OData, SOAP, SFTP, IDOCs or something like that. So all these are like mostly into CPI space, or when you're into S4 HANA space, IDOCs are mostly a deprecated part, right? So you'll be mostly using OData. So I'm concentrating more on that. Okay. And I will be introducing you to different delivery solutions like SuccessFactors, C4C, Concur, Fieldglass, etc. And different CPI adapter, like there are many adapters, like they have Facebook adapter, Twitter adapter, and everything also. So I will be walking you through to different adapters and how to configure them and all those things. Okay, and there will be one end-to-end demo. So most probably it will be C4C integration, or if it's something else, we will let you know on that. But there will be a complete end-to-end, which with a big integration flow, will be explaining you everything. Okay, and then there's a security materials configuration. Security materials is very important. You have this public keys, private keys. You'll have your certificates which you'll be using, all those things, and in-depth troubleshooting how to work on, because I can see that like many of them are working even in what do you say, support phase. So I want to touch upon all the things, what issues you may face and how to debug them, how to like resolve the issues and everything. I want to do in depth on that. So this is basically will be your training topics. Okay. So okay, this is pretty much. I just want to open up for any questions or any clarifications you have now.
I
Yeah,
have
this
a
is Chaplin.
question.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, if I want to make some integration with ACP, we use SAP CPI, it's SAP Cloud Platform integration to make some integration with ACI.
No, you're confused, like, right? So see, HCI and CPI are one and the same thing. Okay, I would blame it on SAP for keep changing the names. You're in SAP space, you might know that how many times the name change happens in the SAP space, right? So HCI something was the older name for CPI, you can say HANA Cloud Integration. So SAP had
Yeah.
this obsession. obsession with HANA name everywhere, and slowly they started removing it everywhere. Okay, so what I can say is HANA is the name is changed, the HCI is changed to Cloud Platform Integration. So SAP Cloud Platform, as I told you, you can compare it to your AWS. Okay, if you're well versed with it, or your Google Cloud Platform, or you can just compare to your Google. All right, Google has different services, like they have Drive, they have Gmail, they have different services. Similarly, SAP Cloud Platform has different services. One of the service in SAP Cloud Platform is your Cloud Platform Integration, SAP CPI. And in CPI also, you have two different parts like PI, CPI PI, and CPI DS. And this is more of a CPI PI class.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, John. Somebody else had a question?
Yeah, this is Chelsea. Coming from a PI background, right? How much of a learning curve are we looking at?
From the PI background, right? Yeah, it is. I
Right.
can see that. Yeah, it's a very big learning curve because the architecture is completely different, right? So so the mappings are okay, mappings are same, but mostly you will be using Groovy scripts. You'll be using the JavaScript and all those things to write the things, right? So the learning curve is huge, I can say, because it's not very straightforward or something like that, right? Because the things are different, like the things which we use here are completely different than which we use in PI, right? So
Okay.
but from the background point of view, it remains same from the overview point of view, but uh, the things are that how to use them, how to develop them, that is what is quite different here.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Chaudhary.
Thank you.
Karthik, this is Sridhar. Like, I have a general question. So,
Okay.
how long is the training for? Like, what do we get? I mean, at the end of the training, like, or during the training, what do we get? At the end of the training, what do we get?
Okay, yeah,
Like,
good question. So
from a training perspective, like, do you give us any material, like whether it is just online links or your own custom material, and then after the training, what do we get?
okay, sure. I'd like to discuss that with Srinivas on that, and I'll get back to you on that. What do you actually get? But from the during training, what I can say is like you'll be very well versed with the things which you'll be working on. Okay, so you'll be seeing you'll be learning a lot of things from the CPI point of view. You'll understand end to end how it works. You'll get the complete knowledge from the materials point of view, and what exactly you will be getting. I want to discuss with Srinivas on that, and we'll get back to you. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. And how long is the training for?
Training is for 20 hours. 20
20
to
hours. Okay.
yeah, 20 to 22 hours, you can say.
Okay.
And one more thing I just want to discuss with you guys, like what is the feasible timing for you guys, Chaudhary, John, and John? I didn't understand where are you like physically located? John, you're also in US or some other part of the?
What?
Where are you physically located?
Yeah,
No, where are you physically located? Which part of the world you are currently in?
excuse me, I don't understand your question.
No, where are you from? Where are you currently at present?
Okay. I'm from Colombia and
Okay,
I'm in Medellin right now.
okay. So Chaudhary and Sridhar, what will be the feasible timing?
The weekend should be
Juan,
good.
looks like you are from the land of Pablo Escobar. I mean, for us, like it is. For us, weekends are good. Like Saturday, Sunday, one of those days. And as for the time, Chow, you're open, right? Like, I mean, this
Yeah,
around this
I
time,
should
or
be open. Yeah.
I guess Juan, you are like what, 2 hours ahead of us? What is
I don't.
the time right now?
The time here is 11 p.m.
11 p.m. Oh, so you are like, okay,
He's in
so you're
Central Time,
behind us.
me.
Yeah, he's central,
Yeah.
so he's in the same time zone as you. So that's fine. That for the three of us, I think we can pick any time. That's so I'm fine.
Yep. Yep.
So